Unity is strength, division is weakness. Words of a Swahili proverb that have been repeated by many great leaders advocating African integration.
Nous ne cessons de rendre hommage aux pères fondateurs de l'OUA qui, dès leur sommet de 64, avaient pris une décision numéro 16 pour dire qu'il fallait absolument respecter les frontières héritées du colonialisme pour que l'Afrique puisse se consacrer à d'autres questions. À l'époque, évidemment, les questions de libération encore politique, mais également de développement économique.
L'importance du programme Frontières pour l'Afrique est capitale. Que le programme Frontières serve les États africains, les peuples africains à se retrouver et que la frontière, au lieu d'être une barrière, soit une passerelle.
But realities can be tougher than words, and undefined border zones keep causing much trouble between African states. The African heads of states have set themselves an ambitious goal: to have all interstate borders on the continent delimited and demarcated by 2017. To realize this vision, the African Union Border Programme was launched in 2007.
L'Afrique a 80 000 km de frontières. Et sur les 80 000 km seulement, un tiers de ces frontières sont bornées. Il appartient maintenant au Border Programme d'assister les autres États africains à borner leurs frontières.
Yet, border delimitation and demarcation is just the first of three fundamental pillars of the AUBP. The other two are cross-border cooperation and capacity building. Only when these three pillars are successfully combined, borders can finally fully fulfill their potential, truly connecting countries and people and helping the continent move towards ever greater integration and union. Tanzania and Mozambique provide a good example of the AUBP's first pillar. These neighbors had been negotiating their shared maritime border for decades. After calling in AUBP support, they finally signed the exclusive economic zone boundary agreement that delimited the border once and for all. These signatures created the clarity and security needed for increased investment in the border area, especially regarding the recently discovered offshore oil and gas. The result is that both sides of the border are now enjoying an economic boom.
Today there are circa 2,000 oil and gas rigs around the world. We expect within the next decade to have 400, more than those 2,000, just in East Africa.
It's a new industry for Mozambique, and it's a promising industry as well. I would say the country is excited.
The boundary defined is a factor of stability for relationships between countries. And for investors, stability is a key factor for any investment decision.
Especially in that region for Mozambique, there are intensive oil and gas activity there. That made it crucial for us to have that line, those lines there clearly demarcated. There is that say that good fences make good neighbors.
The Tanzanian side is growing as well. Once, the border town of Mtwara was located in an isolated corner of Tanzania. Now, with business and tourism thriving, Mtwara finds itself at the center of economic development.
When I started 7 years ago, the business was hard. Now things have changed. Many guests are coming to Mtwara nowadays, even by plane. We used to drive 22 hours from Mtwara to Dar es Salaam, but now we drive in only 5 hours. Mtwara is developing because the infrastructure is improving and investors are coming in. The partnership treaty between Mozambique and Tanzania greatly benefits both countries. As you can see here, we're investing in building a hotel for people visiting Mtwara.
There's quite a significant number in Tanzania of companies which now are soliciting or doing exploration of natural gases in the areas. Every country knows actually its limits. It can do the exploration and the exploitation within its jurisdiction without any interference. That's the good thing.
With technical support of the AUBP, Africa's island nations are following suit.
The process of delimitation has been very, very positive for us. For example, in the case of Mauritius, we have established very closer ties than we had before through the treaty that we have signed with Mauritius. And of course, in the case of Tanzania also, when we needed assistance with the delimitation issues, we have knocked on the door of AUBP, and AUBP has coordinated support and assistance for us.
Thousands of kilometers away, the AUBP has been assisting Senegal and Mali, who are about to sign a border delimitation treaty. After signing, demarcation is planned to begin before the end of 2014. Sensitization campaigns along the border are educating people about the coming changes.
Silva, comment vas-tu? Ça va bien, Jorge. Très bien. Ça va? Ça va? La famille? En forme? Ça va? Ça va? Ça va? Et à Kidira? Ça va bien? La Covid? Ça va bien?
Aujourd'hui, on est convaincu qu'il ne s'agit pas simplement de délimiter la frontière, il ne s'agit pas d'implanter des bornes ou des panneaux de signalisation, mais il s'agit d'identifier des projets transfrontaliers qui permettent aux populations de la zone frontalière de se développer, de se sentir comme étant membres d'une seule et unique famille. Parce que nous considérons que les peuples maliens et sénégalais constituent un seul et même peuple. Le colonisateur qui a eu à nous diviser, à nous confiner dans des micro-États, mais que nous constituons même un seul et même peuple.
I was born in Mali and grew up in Diboli with my grandmother. Because of the electricity deficit in Diboli, I installed my metal welding workshop in Kidira, but the majority of my customers are from Diboli. There are many people from Diboli who work in Kidira because of electricity. We travel any time between the two borders without worry.
La finalité. La finalité. D'une action.
I live in Kidira because my wife is Senegalese, but I work in Diboli in Mali. Marriage is very common between Senegalese people from Kidira and Malian people from Diboli. There's almost no difference between our two peoples apart from nationality.
Voilà, c'est ça. Bon, au niveau de, vous voyez ici, il y a Kidira au niveau du Sénégal, et ici il y a Diboli au niveau du Mali. Donc, il y a près de plus de 300 remorques et camions qui passent par jour le long de cette frontière. Et là, je vous dis qu'il y a non seulement un embouteillage terrible, parce qu'il faut faire les formalités du côté sénégalais, et ensuite venir faire les formalités du côté Mali.
Sometimes you spend 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, or more than 10 days waiting at the border for customs clearance of goods, depending on the type of goods you carry.
Un poste juste à poser. En ce moment, les documents seront ensemble et ce sera un seul traitement. Vous voyez déjà, ça c'est aussi une collaboration, une coopération qui est à ce niveau et dont les deux parties ont commencé à réfléchir là-dessus.
Nous avons envie de faire des parkings pour les deux localités. Nous avons envie de faire des points encore sur la Falémé pour la fluidité du transport entre Diboli et Kidira.
Un grand ami de la nature qui disait que c'est par l'amitié des peuples que se construit la paix du monde.